Alright, welcome back to TKO Takes, and I'm joined by my best friend Cam, and we're going to give y'all the potential cameo tier list for Spider-Man Brand New Day if it comes out in June. And we're making this video because I know we're going to get a teaser trailer in December for Doomsday, but Spider-Man comes out like 5 months before that movie, and December seems like the likely release date for a first trailer, so we might get both of these trailers. So I figured before we get the trailer, try to predict some of the characters that may be in this movie. So we got 22 potential cameos here, and let's kick things off first with the Hobgoblin. Now, if you don't know, Ned was actually the Hobgoblin in the comics. Well, he was brainwashed by a guy that it made him into the Hobgoblin. But Peter's no longer friends with Ned, and I don't know how this would happen, but this could happen. I'm leaning towards 0 to 25% chance. I don't think it's likely this happens. Alright, next up we have Venom. This one is tricky because in Venom 3, I think they try to retcon the fact that there was a symbiote left in 616. So this is one we won't know unless we get a trailer or in the actual movie, because we think Sony retconned it, but there may still be that symbiote left in 616. Maybe we see the black suit in Secret Wars, or we see it in Brand New Day. This one's tough. I'm leaning towards 25 or 0 once again. Help me out, Cam.
I'm more leaning 25 just because of the fact that they could do, a plot twist of, Peter getting beat up, and then he does not have the strength or power anymore, so he gets Venom somehow.
Mm-hmm.
He may be in Doomsday if he's possibly in here.
Yeah, for all we know. So, yeah, I think there's a slight chance we get Venom in here. Next up, we have another weird one. Okay, Michael Keaton's Vulture. We don't know if he's still in the Morbius universe. If you don't know, for whatever reason, the post-credit scene of the Morbius movie, Michael Keaton gets teleported there due to the Doctor Strange spell because he does know who Peter Parker is and just weird stuff happened. He ends up in the Morbius universe and he's like, I think we could work together. Stop this Spider-Man guy. So maybe they retcon that and they just have him in jail, because the first time we saw Scorpion, who is going to be a confirmed villain in this movie, he was talking to Michael Keaton in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Homecoming in jail. So I can see them just retconning it, and I'm cool with putting him at 50%. Because we do have to see Scorpion somehow escape jail, or maybe he serves his time. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm happy with 50%.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I mean, both of these two, it's due to whatever Sony wants, basically.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Daredevil. Showed up as Peter Parker's lawyer in Spider-Man No Way Home, and one of the most unexpected and best cameos pretty much I've ever seen. I really dug that cameo. And do we see him in the street-level movie that also has the Punisher 100% confirmed?
Yeah. I kind of want to put him at 100 because simply of why would you introduce Daredevil into, one, he's now in the MCU. 2, you see him interact with Spider-Man, and both of their characters are great together in the comics. So I feel like they're going to have some kind of interaction with each other.
Yeah, and then with the Punisher also being in here, I think you got to do it. Daredevil show also comes out before Brand New Day, so the season 2 of Born Again, so maybe it'll be a nice prelude to that. Next up, we got Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. He was in the last one, but does it make the most sense to run it back again for money? Yes, but will it likely happen? Probably not. I mean, he got advice he got what he needed from Tobey and Andrew. He got, some solid advice. He knows he's not alone. I think it's more likely we see Andrew and Tobey show up in Secret Wars or Doomsday. So let's get both of them up here. Where do you want to put them?
I'm comfortable putting them at 0. I don't see them after them being a major part in No Way Home. So I don't see why they would be coming back unless it's like a flashback.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Where they use film from No Way Home.
Yeah, I don't think that should count. It's kind of like,
I don't see them making an actual cameo.
Yeah, then. It's like counting Thor as a cameo in Deadpool Wolverine, even though they used footage from the Dark World, Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have Donald Glover. Maybe we see him as Uncle Aaron once again. We saw him in Spider-Man: Homecoming, and they confirmed him as Uncle Aaron and Across the Spider-Verse. Do we see him? I don't think so.
I'm happy. I'm happy with 25 if I'm being honest.
Explain.
Just simply because at the end of No Way Home, where Peter's going to his apartment, you hear, Spanish being spoken from next door, and it's a mom and her son, and she tells the son, like, calls him by his name, Miles. So I don't.
Why did I not know this?
Did you not?
No, I've never heard of this.
Yeah, in the background, when he opens up his door to get in, when he's moving into his apartment, you can hear a lady yelling in Spanish, like something Miles.
Huh.
And
well, let me pull this bad boy up. Do you want to throw
yep,
Miles at 25 as well?
I'm happy with 25. There might be a chance that we just see, base Miles Morales.
Yeah, no powers.
No powers, not related to any of the Spider-Verse movies, like not the same character. Could be just how he was in the game, where, in the first game, he had no powers whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. And
then towards the end, he gets bitten by a spider that gives him his powers. So I could definitely see both of them being in 25.
Well, look at you, Cam. I did not know that. So I'm cool putting them at 25 as well. Next up, we have another Netflix Daredevil universe character. We got Jessica Jones. She's confirmed to be in season 2 of Daredevil. I assume she'll be a part of Daredevil's team taking on the vigilante task force from Kingpin. Do we see her in this film though? I'm cool putting her at 0. I don't see where she'd fit in.
Yeah, I think her and the rest of the Defenders, I'd put at 0, just simply because we might see them in future films or future Spider-Man films after we get an established Peter Parker, Spider-Man and Daredevil, actually working together as a team, than like what we saw in No Way Home. So
yeah, I feel like we'll see all 3 of these characters, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, probably in season 2 of Born Again. I think that's more likely.
Yes. Yep.
And then we have our first 100%. It is the Punisher. He is confirmed to be in this movie, and what a cool character to add to this film. Gonna bring something completely different to these Spider-Man movies. And we may get just one F-bomb, to make it still PG-13. So I think it's very cool. They're gonna have Punisher. He's also getting his own hour-long special Marvel presentation, written in part by John Bernthal. So that's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The special presentation they did for Werewolf by Midnight, that kind of deal.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Next up, we got Jonah Jameson. I think he should be 100 or 75.
I feel like it's 100 because I have not seen a single Spider-Man film without him in it.
I think you're right. Yeah, was he in the first Spider-Verse? He was in the second one. We saw a Lego version of him. That might be the only one where he wasn't in it, but yeah, you're right.
No, he was. He was on the news talking about Peter Parker's death with him.
You're right.
I'm pretty sure.
So it's just a canon event. It's just a canon event.
Yeah, I think he's the Watcher. I think J. Jonah Jameson is the same character, in the same person, all throughout the whole multiverse.
That's not a bad theory. That should be a cameo tier list of it, or not? That should be a tier list of itself.
Who's the Watcher and who's not?
Stan Lee, J. Jonah Jameson, maybe Wong. He's everywhere. So next up, we have Shang-Chi. confirmed to be in Doomsday, and the reason I have him here is because the director of this movie, Dustin Daniel Cretton, was a director of Shang-Chi, so I think the connection's there. Shang-Chi also probably needs a big role to warrant his appearance in Avengers Doomsday. He only has one appearance in the MCU. Well, two technically. He was in the... Nope, he has one. Only one, technically. I'm feeling 50. Maybe 50 to 25. What are you feeling?
I was more feeling 25.
I'm cool with that, yeah.
Simply because I don't see him fitting anywhere within this movie, especially it being like a street level, like no magic, no nothing. He's
also in California, so there's that too.
Yeah, literally on the other side of the country. So unless Doctor Strange shows up, I don't see him showing up.
Yeah. Next up, we have Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. And I think that he only shows up in the post-credit scene, and I think it's probably 100% chance he shows up in the post-credit scene.
Yeah. Unless they just absolutely don't do it and just make a post-credit scene about the next film. The next Spider-Man film.
Yeah. Which, who knows what the future of Spider-Man will be after Secret Wars, as I think it will feature probably all three Spider-Man Secret Wars, so... I think they have to. Doomsday has to be a big movie, and there's a decent chance with how bad like the Marvel movies have been lately that Spider-Man could make more money in Doomsday, but to prevent that from happening, Spider-Man is a guaranteed billion-dollar movie, so a lot of people are going to see it, so you have to put the post-credit scene as something with RDJ's Doctor Doom to promote Avengers Doomsday, to make the more casual viewers that, like Spider-Man, go see Doomsday. So I think it's imperative that they do that.
Yeah, because they could just do what they did for Fantastic Four, make it a standalone film that like wasn't tied into the MCU until, the post-credit scene.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of the Fantastic Four post-credit scene, because they can just do a standalone, solid street-level Spider-Man movie, and then make the post-credit scene connect to everything, which is how they did everything back in the day. And next up, we have another confirmed character. We have Scorpion. He's 7 years later, he's finally making his official Scorpion debut, which is pretty crazy. I think it's been more than that.
Yeah.
Homecoming was 2017, is that right? 2018? Could be 8 years. 8 years. No, by then it'll be 9 years. 9 years in the making for this character. So that's pretty crazy, but we saw just how good of a character he can be in the animated Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, so I think that was a great choice to have him as a big villain of season 1, and just show how scary this character can be. So I'm glad he's going to be in this film. Next up, we have Kingpin, the big bad of New York. He's the mayor of New York. He created the Vigilante Task Force in season 1 of Daredevil Born Again. We're going to see him again in March with Born Again season 2. He did name drop Spider-Man. Well, he didn't name drop him. He just alluded to him in season 1. Do we see him pop up in this film? It just depends on what happens in Born Again. That's the only thing. I doubt that he dies or anything, but he could just go to jail again. So maybe we don't see him. Maybe we see Kingpin, Michael Keaton, and Scorpion in jail. I don't know. So I'm cool putting him as a coin flip. What about you?
I'm good with a coin flip, just simply because I don't know how much he's gonna be in the second season of Daredevil, because you don't want too much of one character, especially a villain, because then it's just gonna get stale. He's gonna have the same motive, all that.
Yeah, because he was more of a main character than Daredevil, it felt like, in most parts of season 1, which can't do that again.
I won't be surprised if he's not in here. He may make a cameo, but I don't think he's gonna be the villain of this whole thing.
There's already 3. There's the Scorpion. Let's just bring him in here. There's Tombstone as well. It's 100% confirmed. They might make Hulk a villain, a minor villain. There's already a lot of villains. Yeah, I don't think they need more. But there's Tombstone. He's 100% confirmed. Another character that was in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. I wonder if they're gonna make a similar origin like they did for him, because they can't take too much time to make an origin story for this guy. There's enough villains already, so I'm very curious to see how they'll do Tombstone. I'm afraid he might be a little underwhelming. He'll kind of be like Sandman and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 is kind of my fear for it. What about you?
I mean, as far as I know about the character, I don't think they're gonna make him like, like a big character. Because in the Spider-Man games, in the Spider-Verse movie, and in the animated show, he's not a big character. He's not. And especially within the comics, he's not really a big character. He's not really part of the Sinister Six. You do see him, gang up with all of them, but he's not really a main part.
He's a side piece.
Yeah, he's a side piece. A little side chick.
Next up, we got Miss Marvel. And the reason I have her here is because we saw in the post-credit scene of the Marvels that she's kind of trying to make a Young Avengers lineup. She was recruiting Kate Bishop. And maybe instead of showing RDJ in the post-credit scene, maybe there's 2 post-credit scenes. Maybe one of them could be Miss Marvel trying to recruit Tom Holland Spider-Man to the Young Avengers. I think it's very unlikely. I think it's like a 25% chance, but I definitely don't think it's a 0% chance.
Yeah, I see her in 25% chance if they're going to go down with the Young Avengers route. But other than that, I'm not going to be surprised if she's not in this movie.
Yeah. And another reason I have her here is because like she basically had a whole episode dedicated to her in Daredevil Born Again. Do you remember that the bank episode?
Yeah.
The dad just kept mentioning, I have a daughter named Kamala, in case you didn't know, audience, over and over again. So yeah, I think they're trying to make her important. She may even show up in season 2 of Daredevil. You never know, but
yeah, she could.
Next up, we have Sam Wilson, and for the same reason as Miss Marvel, trying to recruit the Avengers. Because he's trying to file copyright for the name, so he's clearly trying to develop a team, like we learned in the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts. So, I think probably just as likely as Miss Marvel.
I think 50%. If I'm being honest.
Let's do that. Let's do 50%.
Just simply because he is more of a main character than Kamala is.
Yeah, even though he doesn't know who Peter, he never knew. I don't think he ever knew who Peter was, but he definitely still remembers getting him and Bucky getting beat up by him in Civil War.
Yeah, I forgot. Everybody doesn't know who Peter is. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, so like he'll remember that, just not if he ever saw his face or whatever.
I don't think he knows Peter. I think he just knows Spider-Man.
He would have ended up in the Morbius universe if that was the case,
Yeah, that's right.
Next up, we have another 100% confirmed character, Bruce Banner. The question is, what's his role going to be? I have heard a lot of rumors that he's going to be like Savage Hulk again, which that's always good to see. In a Spider-Man movie, though, a little concerned by that with how many villains there already are, and plus there's a Punisher here. So, I'm just really curious to see how they pull off this movie. I'm excited for it. Like, I'm not like, oh, like it may be too much. It all depends on the first trailer, really, when I make my opinions on movies. But yeah, it's good to see him in a major role again. So I don't know how he gets Savage Hulk. The only way I see that happening is maybe he gets stung by Scorpion, and it's like very severe where he like dies unless he goes into Savage Hulk. That's the only way I see it happen, because Tombstone can't mind control, Scorpion can't mind control. None of these guys can. So I think that's the only way. Maybe he gets stung by Scorpion. And then the last cameo that could happen in this movie is the new Avengers. Maybe they, instead of Sam, they try to recruit him. Who knows? Do you think we'll see the new Avengers at all in this film?
Maybe on TV or in like Times Square, where they have like all the LED stuff, where they show like news and like all the ads and stuff.
Yeah,
Or
true.
maybe Jonah Jameson will make an announcement on them.
You know what just
So
made this really weird? The post credit scene of Thunderbolts was 4 years in the future. So are we gonna see Peter? Is this gonna be after No Way Home, or is this gonna be 4 years after No Way Home? That's that's the weird question.
That's a question. That's a question.
it really depends on where it starts. Because if it's Peter, because I don't think they would show off his new suit at the end of No Way Home. Because if it's 4 years, that'd be too much time. I would put them at
Probably say
25.
what
Actually,
same likelihood as Sam Wilson, I'd say.
Yeah,
All right, are we happy with this list?
I am very happy.
All right, so that's the official potential cameo tier list by myself and Cam. Comment anyone that we missed that you think might be in this movie, or if you agreed or disagreed for our takes. And yeah, thank you to Cam for helping us draft this tier list. It was an honor.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys later. Peace out.